Greetings, we're back from Negril, you see me? And I'm actually using a selfie stick on this camera because the main issue with this camera is because it's so small and light that it performs very, very well when you're just can't shoot anywhere. Stability is a problem though. If I want to just walk somewhere quickly and shoot, a lot of times my footage is really shaky. Not because the camera is bad at stabilization, but because it's so light that any motion. So what you actually need is you need like a longer stick or a heavier stick to balance the weight. You see me? So again, it's another day here, and I don't know if I'm gonna walk back down to the town again. You know, I really am here trying to clear my brain. You know, a lot of stuff going on in my life that I'm trying to sort out mentally. You know what I mean? And coming to Negril doesn't necessarily change that. It just takes you away from it. You see me? So for me right now, the things I'm doing are like, last night I was watching some anime and had a good sleep. Been sleeping well here so far, so give thanks for that. And then just trying to sort out my brain, you know what I mean? That's my brain. It's like the things I used to do to entertain myself, like I don't do any of those things anymore. You know what I mean? When we talk about like certain clubs and bars and drinking and all them kind of things there. Like, there's just certain things I don't do anymore, you know? So the vices and the releases that you would get from other things, I don't really vibe with them right now. You get me? So when I'm in a new environment, like a Negril, Ochoria, Portland, anywhere, the basic things I used to do have changed, right? So that changes everything, you feel me? And just have to keep it moving. So yesterday, I walked all the way into Negril, not because I was trying to prove something to myself necessarily, but it's just like I need to keep moving, you know what I'm saying? I need to move into a direction. So mentally, I haven't been in a direction for a little while, you know? I have all my skills and talents and all these things, but I don't have a direction for them to go into consistently, you know what I mean? And I've been trying to find it, trying to figure out what it is. And it's not easy, because some of you know, some of you don't know. So I write books, written movie scripts, I can do photography, I can do videography, video editing, all these kind of things, right? And travel videography, travel productions, you know. But I've never found a place where everything was integrated and I just kept doing it, you know. I never found that place. And as I get older, I have to ask myself more and more questions like, what you gonna do with all these things that you're trying to do? It's a place I ate at the other day, a jerk shop. And maybe walking and thinking is one of the releases I'm gonna have, you know what I'm saying? But the problem I'm having with this camera, as I said, is that it's not as stable as I'd like. Now I have a GoPro Hero 8, which is pretty stable, but liable to freeze up on you. So you'll be recording and it'll just freeze up and then you don't know and you lose all your footage, right? GoPro is horrible. This camera is almost the best camera I've used. You know, it takes really good indoor and outdoor video. It's not completely inconspicuous, but most of the times people see it, they're just like, they don't even know what it is. But the only issue I have is that it's like 15% not stable enough. 15%. I mean, just not stable enough, unfortunately, for the things I'm trying to do. So it's like, you walk in, really wobbling left. So you have to really master how you hold the pole as opposed to how you just walking with another camera where it balances by itself, you know? So that's the move right now, you see me? I'm probably gonna walk for like half an hour and drop into a taxi. I don't know if I wanna walk all the way back, you know, to the place. But as I said, I'm trying to actually get in some exercise while I'm here because I have not been doing any kind of physical exercise. I don't want to hurt myself, but you know what I'm saying? I've been getting an exercise, so I'm hoping this footage is a lot more stable going forward. You see me? So what I'm doing is I'm walking through the West End, and here in the West End, if you don't know, in Negril, it's just like a long stretch before you get to the 7 Mile beach, right? And there are lots and lots of little rooms like where I'm staying. So this is like, this one says Villa Josephine, and the benefit of these places is that they're all very rustic and homey, and that's the benefit you get. You get me? You get this like rustic feel to everything. The way the environment looks, you're basically just in nature wherever you are, you know. It's like every house, every hotel, every villa has a lot of nature, a lot of natural things, and you have like shops everywhere, and everything is like integrated, you know. Transportation is not like very expensive. To get up and down here is like $150, you get me? You have mini marts, you have supermarkets, so everything you need you have, you see me? Everything is like right here. And further down you have like the big resorts like the Rius and the Grand Palladium, and those resorts will bus people. Those resorts will bus people up to these points, right? But if you go down on the beach, there are like tons and tons of bars on the beach. I think you can just go on the beach and meet people if you want. I haven't done it since I got here. And then that's one of the appeals in Negril, you know. It's just a very like chill place, you get me? Like here, West End, when I was like coming to Negril when I was younger, you never wanted to be in West End because West End was not where the action was. You wanted to be on the beach, on the strip, because all the parties, all the girls were on the strip, right? But now at my age and stage, I don't need to be on the beach, right? My mission right here is just to kind of relax and take it easy, see me? So I'm actually just walking from where I was staying, which is right in front of Rick's Cafe. And I'm going, I don't know if I'm going to walk all the way into town today. I might, because again, you know, where my mind is right now, I'm just like trying to change up a few things in my life, you know. As I said, right here we have like a mart, Bon Value Mac, and everywhere you go there are like marts, there are restaurants, like everywhere. So the thing about the Negril prices is that depending on where you are, you know, everything is sold in US, and it can be pretty expensive, you see me? So like this place across from where I'm staying, like a quarter chicken is like 20 US, you know, it's like $3,500. And a chicken in Jamaica is like $900, you get me? So, and that's before like tax and all that stuff. So it's like a tourist might come here and be like, oh, that's a good price. But Jamaican is like, no, that's robbery, you know? So it don't make sense for me to go and eat a quarter chicken for 20 US, right? Even if I could afford it, it's like it's not worth my time. I mean, in Kingston, a quarter chicken is like $900. Here, up where I am, it's like $1,200, which is like the tourist premium. But then depending on the restaurants you go to, it goes from 12 to like 2.5, right? So what you can do is you can just hop on a route taxi and go into town. And the restaurants further down are gonna have much more reasonable prices, like lunch for $800 and something dollars or $700 something dollars. So maybe like $3 US for lunch, you know what I mean? $4 US as opposed to like 15, 20, you know. But I mean, look, tourists on vacation come with their money. I'm not telling people to cheap it out, you know. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. So another one here. This is Higher Heights. Higher Heights. I'm assuming this is also like a what do you call it? I'm assuming this is also like a hotel or hostel kind of vibe. I want to also notice that is that you have these kind of like abandoned places, right? Like casualties of failed tourism. So like this place here, I don't really know what it is. There's a car parked here, but it looks abandoned. You see me? Like when I look at this place, even the car looks abandoned. You know what I'm saying? But in here, it's like it looked like it used to be a shop. Looked like it used to be a shop or something, and then it didn't last. You get me? And as I walked by here yesterday, I saw a lot of places like this, like a lot of places that look like they used to be resorts or they used to be places, because Negril in like the 90s, 2000s, I mean, everywhere was always full all the time, endless tourism, you know. So maybe I don't think that got hit because of the lockdown the last 2 years. It actually looks like it's been shut down for years, like over 10 years or so, right? They also have some private places here and them kind of things, you see me? So this camera now and cameras like it are perfect for some of the things I'm trying to do. However, as I said, if this footage isn't stable enough, then I'm gonna forget like Osmo Action 4 or something, right? And then we'll do it that way there and try to work it out that way there, see me? So you have another cafe here, some kind of pizza place in somebody's house, you know. What I love about walking around here though is like the nature is really, really nice, you know. And coming from a guy from Kingston is full of trees and nature. But here it's like, at least in the West End, it's way more integrated. Like you can see that the roads were cut through very, very dense areas. So in in Kingston, you have like you know, trees in people's houses and so on, but it's not very dense. You get me? Everywhere you look here, it's like very dense vegetation, right? Like dense. Lots and lots of trees, lots and lots of grass, you know what I mean? And I get this kind of real nature feeling more than being in Kingston, which is a city. Because even if I'm traveling to like Gordon Town or up in the hills where I live or other people live, it don't feel so dense. The trees aren't as big, you know what I'm saying? The trees are not as big. The trees here are huge, you know? So let's see how much time I'm gone. Alright, I'm gone 13 minutes walking so far. So yesterday when I was walking down here, I think I was walking for like 40 minutes. It took me maybe like 40 minutes to get into town. As I said, I don't know if I'm going to repeat it. I have my little money on me that I can take my route taxi if I need to. But I said maybe what I'll do is like, as part of my daily routine is to walk into town, you know, as a form of exercise. Because I was saying in my last video that I've had some bad health problems over the last couple of years, and it has made me very afraid to exercise, you know. But today I said I'm going to definitely just make more of a walking video, walking and talking as long as possible. I have an hour of recording time on this, and the battery on these things are decent. I can probably record for like a full hour on this without any issues, you know. And yeah, so for those of you who've been following me for however many years you've been following me, you know, I feel like there's always a, I feel like it's always a little tricky trying to figure out your place as a creative in the world, you know? And not just because of raw ability, you know? I've been exposed to, from a very early age, different kinds of lifestyles. And when you're a kid and you understand that there are different ways of being, you always know in your mind that there's a different way to operate. Like, look at this now. Sorry. This looks like it could become another property, like where I'm staying, you know? Really nice piece of land. It look like they're clearing it out to make something else. So, back to what I was saying, right? So as a creative, or just as a person, like, I've seen people live different lives. And I've always known that there's a different way to be. You see me? As a creative. So I'm always trying to, like, make something work along those lines, because we all live in a matrix, right? We don't control everything, you know? We're in a, what we call it, a corporatocracy, where there are illusions of control. But I've seen successful writers, filmmakers, all kinds of people doing things that they love and living off it, earning off it, happy off it, right? Now for me, I've always been searching for what I'm trying to create for myself. And I've tried many things. Like, I've written 6 books, and I tried to, you know, use techniques to get them read. I wanted to do some travel videography at one point. A couple opportunities came and slipped through my fingers. You know, I was trying to get international recognition as a writer. I got shortlisted for the 2018 Commonwealth Prize, which is one of the biggest competitions in the world, but I didn't win regional or anything, because if you don't win something, agents aren't going to talk to you, right? So it's a lot of people thing on strategy. And even on my YouTube, like, I have 2,750 subscribers, and my videos get like 30 views, 40 views, you know? So a lot of the time over the years, you're like, say to yourself, yo, what's the point of this? Because it's not chasing the numbers, it's actually building community. But I'm like, yo, I've been making videos for so many years, and am I reaching anybody? You know what I mean? I've gone through dozens and dozens of my videos. They're like, no comments. So I'm like, am I affecting anybody? Am I interesting anybody? You have to ask these questions after a while. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a ego thing or a narcissism thing. There's another villa right here. I don't know. Rock House Hotel and Spa. Alright, Rock House Hotel and Spa. Cool. You know? It's not like an ego thing or anything like that. So it's just a logical question. So recently, because of this camera and the content I saw people making with it, I got inspired and said I'm gonna get one of these cameras and just start back something. So for me right now, it's not about the quality of what I'm shooting. It's about being consistent and active, you know? It's just about picking up the camera, pressing record, and just walking and talking, right? Because I've made videos all over the world with other cameras shooting in more cinematic styles, you see me? So it's not like a lazy thing or whatever, it's just literally lowest barrier entry as possible, you see me? You want to be able to do something consistently. So like me walking right now from where I'm down into town, you know? You want to be able to do that consistently, you see me? So these are the things I'm thinking about, and while I'm here, I don't have any major plan, because as I said, the average person, when they're doing something, you know, it's like, yo, we're gonna go to Rick's Cafe and drink and get drunk and look girls, or we're gonna go to the strip and go to the beach and drink, and everything here is around drinking, eating on the beach, or excursions, right? Like snorkeling or jet skiing or whatever. But as I said, due to the injuries I have, or the injuries I've sustained over the years, I'm very afraid to do anything very physical, you know? Because if the wrong thing happens, I'm going to be in pain for like weeks. And it's very depressing, you know? Very, very depressing. So this walk and this talk as we go through West End is just to kind of show you what this looks like. I don't know if anybody has ever walked from West End into town and recorded it. I'm not sure. I basically did it yesterday, but now I'm trying to record continuously, multiple clips. You know, I should have brought another battery, but there's a lot here. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot here, and as I said, depending on how long you've been following my channel, you know, I started my journey with Jamaican in Japan. Because when I was in Japan, I just wanted to show people what's it like for a Jamaican being in Japan. I got a chance to go to Egypt and Korea and a couple other places, and I just said, yo, let me show what it's like going to those places. This was before you had any major YouTube vlog, whatever, like travel influencers were not a thing, travel vloggers were not a thing yet. Everything that exists now did not exist then, right? So I was way ahead of the curve, producing the content, going to the places, right? And the sad thing is that the world doesn't value the things that you did in the past. I'll take a quick break here. So over here, I actually came here yesterday. And I saw an ad on Instagram talking about the rock house. I don't know if it's a rock house, villas, which I think are these villas here. Nice, yeah? So yeah, man, lovely. Got this beautiful water, you know what I mean? Beautiful. There's some caves down here, and I don't know if they're accessible that easily. A little further down there is actually a place where you can probably climb down into the caves, but I'm not feeling that adventurous right now, you know? But because I'm walking by here for the second time, I thought I would just look at it. But it's fascinating because when you look at right here, we're just off the main road in between a house and nothing, and you have this amazing view right there. So I guess eventually maybe somebody will buy right here and do something with it, I don't know. So continue the conversation. So as I was saying, when it comes to YouTube and everything with YouTube and all the things involving YouTube, you know, there is a time when when just posting content would actually reach certain people, you know? Now it's like you have the algorithm and you have to have thumbnails and titling, and I've known about this for like well over a decade, right? I've used good thumbnails and I've used interesting titles, and I even got to travel to Bangkok and make a bunch of content. It doesn't trigger anything. So after a while I just said, yo, I don't think this is for me, because I was like, nothing is working. Right, I've made videos for well over a decade and nothing is catching. Every now and then I'll make some videos with like packing tips or whatever, and those will get like a lot of views, but generally a lot of other videos wouldn't get views, you know. Alright, I'm at 23 minutes, so I'm gonna stop and keep. Yeah, this is like one of the spots I was looking at. Looks like a beach. Looks like a public beach that is accessible to everybody. I don't really want to walk there right now because I don't have any beach material. We're just gonna keep it moving. So I'm gonna stop the video here and then keep recording. Alright, so like I'm saying, first of all, I don't even know how this footage is gonna look. I'm just hoping it's not shaky. I'm trying to find the right angle for my face, because I don't look that good in action cams, man. My face always looks swollen on it. I don't know why, you know. And it's a little frustrating because you'll take all this video and I look back on the video and I was like, why do I look like a cantaloupe, you know? All right, so I saw this house yesterday and I love it. It just looks so comfortable, you know? And there's a place here, it's Swedish massage and stuff. It might trigger that. Alright, so like I'm saying, first of all, I don't even know how this footage is gonna look. I'm just hoping it's not shaky. I'm trying to find the right angle for my face, because I don't look that good in action cams, man. My face always looks swollen on it. I don't know why, you know. And it's a little frustrating because you'll take all this video and I look back on the video and I was like, why do I look like a cantaloupe, you know? Alright, so I saw this house yesterday and I love it. It just looks so comfortable, you know? And there's a place here, it's Swedish massage and stuff. It might trigger that. Alright, I'm back. Now, to be honest, I don't think what I'm doing is very common. I think most people just hop on a route taxi and then go into town. Yesterday when I was walking, I didn't see anybody walking here. I mean, it's hot, it's far. But as I said, I'm on a different mission, you know? Trying to strengthen my mind. This is not like training, this is just like moving into space, you know what I'm saying? Yesterday when I finished walking, I felt so energized after I finished walking, you know? Because it's the first real major physical activity I've done in a while. And yeah, man, so yeah, YouTube changed, but the thing about YouTube now, I'm trying to make it on YouTube. It's like, what I found that people have done, right, is that they basically use certain things to trigger the algorithm and then just keep repeating them. So for example, if you see guys, there's this whole trend right now with guys in China, and it's always black man blah blah blah, muscular black man on beach in China, and then there's a girl in a picture beside the guy. Or Chinese people ask black guy if his thing is big, or seeing a black man for the first time, you know? And there are just like hundreds of videos like this, and I was just like, yo, this is so lame to me. So I'm gonna fly to Japan and say, black guy surprises village in Japan, right? Or some. I'm just like, yo, I'm not trying to do all that, man. I'm not trying to do that. You see me, brother? That's like too simple. You understand? That's too simple. Because all the guys, that's what they do. Black guy this, black guy that, right? All of them. And I'm like, that's boring to me, you know what I mean? It might work, but it's boring to me. And I'm not interested in doing what everyone else is doing. You feel me? That doesn't interest me. If I was interested in clickbait stuff like that, I would have done it already. Like, you know, I mean, I could make a video called "Do Japanese Girls Like Black Guys" or whatever, you know? But if you know me, I don't even like using the word black anymore as a description of myself, right? We're the only race that refers ourselves by a color, right? I've never heard a Japanese man say, yeah man, I'm yellow, so, you know, or it doesn't happen. It's only black people. So I choose to say, you know, I'm a person of African descent. I can't bother with the black thing. Black guy this, black guy that. It's just like, we as a people are not a monolith. You understand? The things I'm doing are not, what would a black guy do? You get me? So, yeah. Those are some of the things on my brain, you know? And then, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys, right? The honest thing is that this thing that I do, it's very natural. Because there are two ways to think of this, right? The first way to look at it is that there are people now who have grown up with YouTube. So let's say I was 8 years old in 2010, right? I am now 21, and I've known YouTube my whole life. I've probably seen people come on YouTube and become very successful on YouTube. I've seen people grow from zero to like millions of followers and become rich and wealthy, right? So I can aspire to be a YouTuber if I grew up with it. When I started YouTube, I mean, I kid you not, I am most likely the first travel vlogger from Jamaica ever, right? I don't think anybody has done what I've done, right? In terms of like going to different countries, and making videos and stuff. Nobody did that. And there was no one for me to look up to. If that makes sense here, right? I wasn't following anybody, I was making my own way. You get me? There's only one person I saw back in the day that I was recommended to look at to give me an idea of like structure. Because when my boy came to visit me when I was living in Japan, he came there in 2009 and he told me about somebody named Mimsy, and he had a vlog called Mimsy Knows. And Mimsy was like a skateboarder, I think, who used to travel with a musician, so he was always all over the world. And he used to travel with a camcorder and take videos, edit them and put them on YouTube. So he was one of the first YouTube vloggers, and I saw him eventually do stuff with like Adidas and a couple different brands and stuff. So I saw what Mimsy did and I was like, okay, I see the structure, right? And I started my Jamaican in Japan thing. So I was already doing Jamaican in Japan. And then Rob came to Japan and said to me, yo, you know, do these. He gave me 3 tips. He said you can do what's called a stand-in, which is where you introduce what you're doing. And he gave me like, you know, some ideas on transitions and stuff. So I understood the basics of telling the story. The stand-in is like, hey guys, right now we're in the grill and we're gonna walk from here, where I'm staying, down into town. Unbroken recording, right? Alright. So go on this side of the road real quick. Alright, so that was Mimsy, right? And then now that's how I started my journey. So there wasn't any, you never had like, what do you call it?
Yes, Rasta morning.
What
I'm giving you one of my cards.
No, I'm a good man, I don't, but it's so easy, you know?
Alright.
Alright, bless up. Yeah, so when we're doing like the vlogging thing, there was no Casey Neistat, there was no PewDiePie, there was no any of these big guys. None of them really existed. So I can safely say that everything I've done on YouTube was because I wanted to do it, not because I was aiming to reach somewhere where other people were. You get me? So, and I mean, I feel like I tried my best to do things the right way. Alright, so I have like another shop here, you see me? And then more villas and hotels here, you see me? Like I said, it's just like an endless stream of resorts and stuff. So back to that scene, right? So watch out for traffic. Yeah, so there were no juggernauts of YouTube when I started, at least not that I was aware of. Right, YouTube was not the same. So I can safely say that everything I've done on YouTube is because I was actually curious about documentation, curious about travel, curious about taking things to the next level in terms of showcasing stuff. I was curious about growing and building audience, you see me? And that's why I started my journey, you know what I mean? So basically, after a lot of time passes and you don't feel like you're making impact, you're gonna want to stop. Alright, so I was walking past here yesterday So I get more bars and restaurants and stuff, you see me? This lady was wiping up same time yesterday. Same time yesterday. Yeah, so you had like, you know, so what people don't understand is that there are things that are inside you for reasons that you can't explain to people. I didn't start just making videos. I used to write blogs. So I used to go out at night when I came home. I'd sit down and write like these 1,200 word essays. And then I started taking photos and mixing them with essays because I just love the documentation process, right? So that was a thing I did every day. And then after a while, after like 3 years of doing that, I was like, I'm not reaching anybody. Because again, why write all these things if you're not reaching anybody? So I wasn't reaching anybody. So when I went to Japan, I was doing the same thing. I started JamaicanInJapan.com. I was writing these essays on my nights out, on my thoughts, and this and that. And I started adding pictures because I had like a nice little DSLR. So I was just like, you know, I'd like add pictures. I would and I was like, this must be interesting to somebody, but not that many people are reading it. So after a while, this is when I like was looking at YouTube and I was like, oh, I studied film. Maybe I can make videos and share my experience, because a lot of the crazy things that I experienced were like, I'd love to capture them on video. Now remember, this is like 2009, so there were no smartphones, right? With smartphone video. You had the iPhone 3G, but they didn't have the video capabilities they have today. If you want to take video, you need like a little power shot or something to rock it, right? So that's what I did. I bought like a I think it's a Canon Power Shot SD960IS. That was my first camera. It shot HD video. It had incredibly good audio. And then I started, and that was Jamaican in Japan. The mission was to transition from writing into more visuals. So it was writing, and then writing with pictures, and then videos. So there's a clear evolution of my process, right? Now, a person can just like take out the cell phone and just start vlogging, right? If you want to start a vlog today, boom, you get the YouTube app, use your cell phone. All the cell phones have like a wide lens now. Boom, you start. Hey, what's up, guys? Simple. So when I think of the things that I'm trying to achieve, it's like, it's not coming from any kind of weird place. I've seen people come and grow massive followings, right? And I always said to myself, yo, what am I doing differently? What am I doing incorrectly? And I would try when I had opportunities to do like long stretches of vlogging, you know, like daily vlogging for like 90 days. But then I realized there are all these things that limited me that I didn't realize were going on. First of all, was technology. So in Jamaica, in the last maybe 5-6 years, we have really good mobile access to high-speed data, right? It was pretty expensive before. So let's say 10 years ago, if you wanted to access the internet, you would really need like a LAN connection, or you'd go home and use your wireless internet at home if you really want to use it. Data was very expensive, and they were like robbing people basically. So they were overcharging for data. So people are only using data to like use WhatsApp, but not to consume media. This is very important, right? Because if I buy a gigabyte of data for the month, that's not a lot of data. So it's not going to allow me to watch YouTube or whatever, right? But no, because there's so much competition with the mobile service providers, what happens is that you can get 20 gigabytes of data for like $3,000 a month, like insanely cheap. So now people started consuming social media, sharing videos and stuff. So I was just before that curve. So when I was pumping out content like 2012, 2013, right? Daily vlogs, people in Jamaica, in my territory, were not able to necessarily fully consume them as much, right? Now I'm not saying that's why I didn't grow. When I look at it, you know, weren't YouTube ready. Now everybody's watching YouTube all day. Everybody's on WhatsApp watching videos or Instagram or whatever, right? So that limitation there probably was a factor. I don't know. I'm just speaking out loud while I'm walking. We're at 34 minutes walking right now. I think in about 15 minutes I'll reach into town. So I think it's about 50 minutes to get into town walking, right? And I still have a lot of battery left, right? So anyways, that's really what I think happened there, you know, because I was the only person doing it. Back like 10 years ago, nobody was vlogging really. You had me, you had Dutty Berry, who had his certain style of vlogging, and then you had, I can't think of many other people who were vlogging at the time, right? Because I used to like pitch companies and be like, yo, let me come to your event, let me cover it, let me vlog. They never understood what vlogging was. They didn't understand the value of the social media footprint and all these things. You know, fast forward, and I've actually worked with companies who are looking for people who are popping online. They find a lot of the promotional stuff through viral memes and viral people. So, you know, it's all very fascinating. It's actually a very nice place here called Blue Maho. I've heard about it, never been there. Maybe before I leave I'll try and have like one meal there. Might be cool. Yeah man, so I'm gonna stop here for a second and then keep going. Alright, so anyways, that's just me thinking out loud, you know? But obviously the adage is keep uploading, keep making content and whatever, right? I don't 100% believe that. I don't think that's how it really works all the time. Alright, so we're getting close now. You can see 7 Mile Beach right there. So yesterday when I was here, I estimated I had like another 15 minutes walk. So it's not that bad. I think it's like 40 minutes walking in. Maybe like 40 minutes. Yeah man. Some good exercise and yeah. Yes, a lot of people always say, you know, keep uploading, keep making videos. But I think it's a mixture of everything now. It's not just making videos. It's not just being yourself. I don't believe that. Because I was like, yeah, if it was just me being myself, I'd have like hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I think a big part of YouTube is you kind of have to be guiding people or taking people into places where they can't go and they want to do what you're doing. You get me? I think that's a part of it. So I'll take some shade right now. So for example, I'm right here in Negril, looking out at the beautiful sea. You know what I mean? Just walking, basically doing my exercise right here, right? How many people can do this right now? Very few. You know what I mean? Obviously some people could buy a flight and come here, but very few people can just shoot a video walking all the way down the strip in it, like from West End into town, right? Videos like this take people to places where they can't go. And what I found with a lot of the videos that do well is that you're virtually guiding people into the places they would like to be. And that's why my earlier videos had way more views. Like when I was in Egypt, those videos got thousands of views even though I didn't know anything about YouTube. But I was a Jamaican in Egypt, you feel me? At the pyramids, walking through. I'm pretty sure if I went to Egypt now as a Jamaican and I made some footage, that stuff would probably blow up. Probably. But yeah, I want to keep walking, alright? Gibt es Feuer ein... Changing my playlist. I have another place here. Natural Mystic Sports Bar. Looks pretty cool, you know? And here we have a rentals place. So as I said, everywhere here you have just stuff on the strip, you know? Busy, active. You know? It's a good vibe, you know what I mean? busy and active. So, a part of this walk I'm doing is to clear my mind, you know. I kind of show you literally as much as I can in real time, walking all the way down the strip. There's another wholesale and there's a bar. I'm gonna go to the same supermarket I went to yesterday and buy water when I get there. But yeah, man. So to conclude my spiel on YouTube, the only thing I have left to test to see if I'm wrong or right is to actually go somewhere unusual and trigger the black man phenomenon. I don't want to use the black man titles, but I think I have to trigger the black man phenomenon. Where I go to like Philippines or something, or back to Thailand, and this time try and make some more like slightly more provocative content, you know? Okay, it looks like any content where you're looking girls, that kind of thing. What I'm also doing while I'm here is I'm kind of fasting as well, huh? So I'm not eating in the morning. I'm trying to eat like 1:30 to 2 in the afternoon, isn't it? Nice beach right there. I'd love to jump in right now. I think if I do this again tomorrow, I'm going to walk in my board shorts. So I can just jump in the sea, kick off my boots and jump in the sea and dry off in the air. So, we'll see what happens, you know? But as I said to you, I had some serious challenges the last couple of years. I couldn't push. So if you're a healthy person, if you have all the faculties about you, you have to give thanks. Because even walking and shooting lights, I couldn't do it. I couldn't imagine doing this at all. I couldn't imagine doing any of this. I had to wear one pair of shoes every day because any other pair of shoe I would wear would cause me to have really, really bad back and nerve pain. I couldn't think about being in the sun this long. I'd feel sick. You know what I mean? And so I give thanks for the small blessings, you understand? I give thanks for the small blessings because even though, you know, all of our life frustrations, even like what I'm wearing, so I'm wearing these Black Mountains and these shorts. I had an injury where I couldn't wear shorts for a long time. So I'm wearing shorts, I'm wearing my boots. Things that people take for granted. I mean, I didn't even know that you could have issues where you couldn't wear certain kinds of clothes. Right? I didn't realize that you could have issues where the wrong pair of shoes just completely messes up your body. You know what I'm saying? So I'm wearing these boots I bought in Bangkok in 2019. I'm walking in the scorching, beautiful sun here. I'm talking to you, I'm vlogging consistently, right? I've come so far from where I was. Because now it's near the end of 2023. And like I said, one day I might get into it, but 2022, about 6-7 months of 2022, I can't remember. Because I was having such bad fatigue problems and I couldn't go anywhere. I could barely drive, I could barely leave the house, and every day just looped into the other day and I just couldn't figure it out, you feel me? So, like I said, we have to just give thanks for what we have, you know? And I said to myself, I want to walk back down today and maybe tomorrow to show myself that I am not broken anymore, you know? I'm not 100%, but I'm not broken. And here we are. Now we can see, again, beautiful, beautiful 7 Mile Beach in the distance. I don't know if you have like sea urchins or whatever around here. I don't see anybody swimming here. But if you want to dip into the water, you can do it almost anywhere around here, right? So, I wonder if I can get a good thumbnail right here. Let me try and get a thumbnail. Alright, so I think I have like another 15 minutes because I know where I am right now. So yeah, man, you know, I'm gonna upload this vlog as is. I'm hoping it looks good. Yesterday I might upload that one too, but I'm definitely gonna upload this one because this is basically a straight shot. So here now is what I was talking about earlier with like places that were possible casualties of the last couple of years, right? Because you have like, you can see that this place used to be popping. You know what I mean? Like, it's a great location, right by the sea. You get me? Great location, right by the sea. But it's dilapidated. You know what I mean? Nothing is here. I don't know who owns it. It's like completely abandoned. You know what I mean? Completely abandoned. So somebody could probably buy this place here and fix it up. But then right across the road you have like thriving enterprise. You get me? So that's also part of the phenomenon of Negril. You know? So this one says, give Ram chill. This was probably another bar, right? That just didn't make it. And we have like a depot over here, right? So there's a bar and grill. So, you know, these things are all fascinating, you know what I'm saying? All these things are fascinating. And I'm just like walking to give myself strength. You know what I mean? Walking to give myself a sense of power. Walking to charge up, to refresh. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're doing this vlogging thing in public. People kind of look at you like people kind of look at you like, yo, what's going on? What's he doing, you know? So you have to be brave as well. But only you can fight for your future, you know what I'm saying? So everybody has their own journey. And I'm not complaining about my journey thus far, you know? Like, I've searched for community in so many ways. And maybe YouTube, my writing, my art, all the stuff I've been doing is me trying to find community in a certain way. I just haven't locked onto it. You know what I mean? So I know for a fact that I'm gonna cross the road here. I know for a fact that if I find the right place, I'm gonna be good to go. Because I have nothing holding me back. You know? Before, anything holding you back is your own fear. There's a squirrel here. Anything that be holding me back is my own fear. Right? My own perception and my own limitation. That's what will be holding me back. But I mean, you guys have to really understand, just walking around barefoot at home in my house would sometimes cause like mind-numbing pain, you know what I'm saying? This what I'm doing was impossible to me last year, or for a couple years. I don't know what happened to my body, but it just went crazy. So I'm walking through this like beautiful atmosphere. You know, the traffic is going left and right. I'm looking at these beautiful trees and stuff, and I'm here talking to you guys. And my mission is not to make videos like this all the time necessarily. You know, really I want to just travel and explore. I'd love to go back to Japan for like 3 months and really see the country, strengthen my Japanese. South America looks like the bomb. The Jamaican passport is pretty strong there, so you can go anywhere you want. Like, they don't need to check your bank account or anything, just go. So I was like, yo, Colombia, Argentina, Brazil, Ecuador, you know? I should knock some more countries off my list. Even if the plan is just to knock countries off the list. You know what I mean? Yo, Colombia, Argentina, you know? I've been to 17 countries. So I'm like, yo, should I make a plan to try and hit like 45 countries by the middle of next year? You know what I mean? These are some of the things I've been thinking about, you know what I mean? Like different kinds of goals and stuff that I just didn't think about for all kinds of dumb reasons before. You know, when I was completely healthy and able. And then life lick you. And as we say in Jamaica, you get whopped. And you realize that you had everything you needed. You know what I'm saying? You had your health. You had the ability to push and work hard. And now, and when you're in a place where you can't move, or movements are painful, or as we experienced during the whole lockdown thing, you can't go anywhere. It's just painful. So no more of that for me. So right now I'm basically in town, right? Calculating the time. I think it's about 50 minutes walking from where I am into town. And as I disclaimer though, you know, even though I had all those health issues, I've been an athlete my whole life, and I've always trained in some kind of way. Up to 2018 or 19, I think I ran a half marathon. So me walking in this hot sun, walking with this camera, sweating or whatever, I don't know if everybody can do it, just on a whim. But the thing is, you know, when I woke up this morning, I drank my usual 20 ounces of water, so I'm hydrated, you understand? And once you're hydrated, because I probably lost like half a liter now, I'm going to drink some more water at the supermarket. But yeah man, the main thing is that we just have to give thanks. You know what I mean? Every day that you're doing something right, you have to give thanks, you know what I'm saying? So here we are, back at the boutique. I know next stop going to be the supermarket, you see me? Same place like yesterday. And then get some water and then pick a different place to eat today, you know what I mean? I ate brown stew chicken yesterday. I might eat I don't eat fried chicken, but I'm gonna try and eat something different, you know what I mean? And again, we have like a mall here. Yeah man, King's Plaza. We have a King's Plaza in Halfway Tree as well, you know. As you can see over here, we have 7 Mile Beach. I might actually walk there today since I'm out here, you know. And that's it, you know. We went all the way from West End into town. It's about a 50-minute walk. I believe I caught most of it on film, and there's more to come today, you know. Big up to all the viewers who have supported me throughout the years, and big things coming.